Good day, loves. Welcome back to the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. Yes, this is episode 122. And because it's a Thursday, that means it's move day. We're going to be getting into the Freedom 5 element of move today, specifically because I am in my power phase. Am I in my power phase? No, I'm not. Anyway, a client of mine is in her power phase. We're going to talk about high intensity, low impact options for getting in cardio, specifically 10-minute cardio, how to fit that into your morning routine as a busy mama and or freedom seeker. Okay. Well, and freedom seeker. That is what it is, saying no or. So we know the benefits of cardio and heart health and all this other stuff, even lymphatic drainage. We talked about yesterday in the brain fog episode the
2 days
importance.
ago. It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The importance of how cardio can help us bring down our stress levels, break up that hormone cortisol, which causes stress, especially when there's too much in our bodies and in our system. Then we feel like just on edge, fight, flight, or freeze responses. We are in that, okay? And we don't need that. We don't need that in our lives, okay? So this is going to help us, especially if you are in the part of your cycle where you need to start building up estrogen, aka the power phases. So this is before, so it's whenever your cycle starts up to when you start ovulating, around day 1 to day 10ish, and then it continues on again day 16 to day 19ish after ovulation would happen. Now, if you're not ovulating, ain't no worries, ain't no thing. You still gotta have some variety in your cycle. And as we go into perimenopause and menopause, what happens is the hormone levels are lower. So you don't need to build them up as high as you did when you were 20 or even 30, right? So the good news is we're going to get into a way to help support estrogen in the power phase. And if you don't have a cycle to track it with in terms of that first day where you need a feminine hygiene product, then use the new moon. That's what I'm doing right now that I'm nursing. Use the moon. Use the moon. The new moon is day 1. Okay. So let's get into it. Hey, babe.
What up? I think the most important aspect of the move concept, is the consistency principle, which basically is the long game and the not looking to immediate gains and immediate bodily changes as motivation, but instead looking to just the act of doing the movement practice as the motivation in and of itself. That's the consistency principle. The journey instead of the destination, the long game, showing up for showing up's sake, meaning doing the thing because you committed to doing the thing, not because it's going to result in such and such and so and so. And then
and knowing that it is going to result in such and such and so, but that it takes time.
Right. Well, that kills the rest of that sentence, but yeah. And so let's kind of get into it here. Why high intensity cardio in the morning? Well, in the morning, it might be good for you to boost your metabolism, metabolism, which has to do with your digestion and your, getting things in the right places from maybe the clogged up places in your tracks. Increases energy which boosting your metabolism and increasing your energy really go hand in hand, like bread and butter, because your metabolism is, you absorbing the nutrients, you getting rid of the waste, and those two things will increase the energy that your body has, as it's not carrying around the waste and it is able to use the nutrients to give you energy.
Yeah. Like,
Um,
imagine you gotta walk up this big old mountainside, okay? And you're gonna have a lot more energy when you get to the top if you're not carrying like a huge, heavy, like loaded up sandbag over your head. When we're carrying all of that, you're gonna be exhausted by the time you reach to the top, right? And let's say you trained all and you did like uh, maybe a few little stretches before, but still, when when you put a load on your body, what's happening is your body has to take more energy to do the things that it normally needs to do, whether it's digesting our food or it is showing up in other areas of our life. When we're working, you have to expend so much mental energy just to get certain tasks done and quickly. So yeah, this is phenomenal because it's just short little spurts that you can fit in, because life is low-key unpredictable. Every day looks different, but one thing that's most likely guaranteed is that most days there's this little pocket of time for you where things tend to be calmer than other times. So we want to maximize in that little spot right there. And so, just like everything else, we're coming from the Thrive Zone. So, we're coming through the lens of what is truly something that you would love to experience when it comes to moving your body. Do you love dance? Like, how do you love to move your body? Maybe it's not dance, maybe it's something else, but what do you love? What do you need? We know we need cardio in the power phases, especially. So 10 minutes helps reduce your cancer risk by at least 40%. Some certain studies have shown that. So this is really powerful stuff. Now, what do you also have access to is the third thing to consider. So, what you love, what you need, and what you're called to, or you can readily do now-ish, right? So, yeah, just wanted to chime in with that.
mhm. And so here's 5 things that you can think about doing in your spare 10-15 minute window uh, during your power phases. First, what I think is most accessible to everybody, especially when nobody is around and nobody's looking, is dancing. Dance it out. Second,
Love a
uh,
good dance.
hitting the stairs is a good strategy. And of course, there's different levels to that, because you can make that very high impact, you can make it middle impact, or you can make it low impact. But going up and down a set of stairs is awesome sauce.
Yeah.
Forward movement, all of the whole things. Next, third, mini rebounding, which has to do with bouncing on some sort of trampoline, right? Next is body weight circuit. So just round of cardio exercises that you do just with the weight of your body without adding any dumbbells or resistance bands or anything like that. So, hey, Sleepy.
Sweet. Yeah, with the body weight exercises, one thing that will get that heart rate up is if you are alternating from something where you're like you're changing levels. So what that basically looks like is, for example, if you were to go into a squat and then you were to stand up and then you were to go down to the ground, to do something on your mat. So this is like changing levels. You're going from high, mid to low, back up again. When we're changing up and down, back up and then back down, and then back up and then back down, it's forcing your body in a good way, right? To push the blood through your body wherever it needs to go, and it gets that heart rate beating. Okay, so that's one way to, it could just be a minute there or 30 seconds between exercises. And one thing that's awesome is you can still protect your joints and do something that's high intensity. So coming back to alignment, if you haven't seen the episode that we talked about alignment 101, check it out. But basically, protecting in your knees, some tips for that is just stack. So stacking your ankles with your knees, getting that alignment. Make sure your knee never goes past your big toe, especially if you have little extra crunchiness going on in your knee joints. And then if you're doing anything on hands and knees, just really ground in your fingertips as much as you can. And this fleshy part of the thumb, right up under your thumb, right here. Take the weight up out of your wrist, spread it out. The most powerful part of your hand is in the peace sign right here. They call it the central pillar of the hand. So just keeping some of those things in mind. You can stack if you're doing anything kind of grounding onto the mat, kind of like how you would in a push-up, for example. Just stacking your wrists and your shoulders in alignment, so those stay in alignment. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then we're just always lengthening in the spine. Boom shakalaka. Okay. What's next?
And last is just a power walk or a jog that you can take on a treadmill or outside or whatever.
Yeah. And we love the outside little walkie poo. So if you have, I know it's cold. I know it's getting cold, depending on where you are. I mean, you might be in the tropics. I have no idea.
You can go out in the cold.
You are exactly. We bundle up. You get the extra scarf, put on the second layer of tings, and your body will just thank you when
now
you
don't
get
go
out
slip
there.
on some ice trying to power walk. But you can go outside in the cold.
Yes, good shoes. If
good shoes and open eyes.
Yes.
Don't be dumb.
It's because I be clumsy. I feel that you're sharing. But that's real.
Yeah.
So
also remember to hydrate and remember to ground when you can. Remember to play the long game especially when it comes to cardio. The consistency principle. And if you're doing medium or high intensity, a nice little cool down walk, stuff like that also goes a long way. Stretch, deep breathing. Now, we did part 1 of the special announcement yesterday for our event Thrive Zone, which will be happening here in Austin, Texas in about 30 days or so. I think 31 days. And there's finally a link, I believe.
There is a link, however, it's scheduled to go on sale tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So the link goes live tomorrow, which is fine, which is 30 days before the event. So we worked really hard on making sure all the I's were dotted and T's were crossed. We have an amazing, amazing event. Just a short recap. We have a concert featuring ourselves as Ufulu Child, as well as, do you want to announce the artists?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Because we have an audience today, so.
Okay. I mean, y'all stay tuned. Mark your calendar. Yeah. Set your reminders for tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. Okay. Whew, this is exciting. Okay, but yes, this event, if you did not see yesterday's episode, yesterday's episode, it is called it's called Thrive Zone.
Thrive Zone.
A holistic freedom reset for working moms and their families. Okay, so if you know a working mama, bring her, okay, and come with her too, because it's gonna be so good. This is something where you can bring your babies. There's gonna be a kids corner, some on-site child friendly, family friendly activities. The whole event is family friendly. There's even gonna be a changing table in the bathroom that normally there isn't one, but there is gonna be one this time. Okay. But yes, this is going to be here in Austin. It's an in-person event. I know we'd be doing a lot of virtual teams. This one is in person. Okay. Austin, Texas at Dawa. Dawa headquarters on the east side. So this is 3 hours to reset your health, reclaim your freedom, and rise as an example for your kids that they deserve and that you deserve. It's for working moms and their families only. Okay?
Yeah. So be on the lookout for tomorrow's episode where we'll drop all of the rest of the juicy information. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode of the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast.
Yes.
It's Move Day. Get
Good.
your notes together and start using the knowledge that you get from this podcast. And we will see you all tomorrow for Shine Day.
Yeah. Drop in the comments one thing that's in your Thrive Zone as a way that you can move for 10 minutes today. Let us know so that I can help hold you accountable. Okay. All right, loves. Take good care. We'll see you tomorrow.